YouTube. Your boy is back once again with another dating and relationships video. Okay, so the subject today is make sure you build an attachment with a female before you give away all your non-sexual attention to her. I know it's a bit of a mouthful. Yeah. Make sure you build an attachment to a female before giving away all your non-sexual attention. Yeah? Right. So, the reason I'm saying this is because women can disappear at any time. 1 minute they seem like they're proper on it. They could just disappear at any time. Right? And I'm talking about dating. Yes, that can happen in relationships, but I'm not talking about relationships in this particular video. I'm talking about in dating, yeah? Women can disappear at any time. You know, if a woman dumps you in a relationship, then there's a different reason behind that. But what I'm talking about today is in dating, yeah? So you're starting to talk to a female. You're starting to engage with a female. You meet a female at the bar, you meet her on a dating site, you meet her on social media, wherever. Yeah? Let me tell women, so if women haven't built an attachment, yeah, you know, her ex-boyfriend can come back in the picture. That Tyrone down the road that gives her the good dick can come back in the picture. Yeah? Things can change. Yeah? If you build an attachment, if you build an attachment with the female, right, and then she is attached to you, any Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes along has to, they have to do more to grab her attention. Do you get that? Do you follow me? So now let me tell you what I mean by an attachment. You've had sex with her multiple times. She likes it. She likes spending time with you. When you are around her, right? Yeah, she gets that. She's happy. She enjoys spending time with you. She wants to know when she's going to see you next. That's an attachment. Good morning text. She texts you good morning all the time. Not because you text her good morning. She wants to know how your day's going. I'm not talking about your girlfriend. I'm talking about a girl that you're seeing. So you've had sex with her a few times. You know, she's into you. She's happy when she sees you. Yeah. That's what I mean by an attachment. You need to build that before you give away your non-sexual attention. Why? Because time is the most valuable thing that all human beings have. Right? And talking about the the dating world, right? If you want to be dating women, and some of you want to be sleeping with multiple women, some of you want to have a rotation, right? You can't be wasting your time giving away your non-sexual attention with women that you haven't built an attachment, because she might seem very, very on it. Next minute, poof. Because she thinks you're cool, you're chatting, you might be dating, but her baby father or her ex-boyfriend or her ex-husband or Tyrone down the road or Shaquan that just come out of jail, they have imprinted her before, or she's got an attachment to them, or she's had them moments with them that she hasn't had with you. So when they come back in the picture, poof. Do you understand? Or it might not even be another guy. Her life just might be getting that bit harder. She might have failed to get that promotion at work that she thought she was gonna get. Now flip. What do I do? You know what? I don't really have time for this guy. You know what? I need to focus on, because she's not attached to you. Do you understand? Now, I'm gonna give you I've got 3 things in my mind that happened in my personal life where I've made this mistake. Right? So, okay. So So I've got three situations in my mind with three different females. Yeah. Now, so the time I'm talking about, I'm single. Yeah, I'm dating other girls. Yeah, I'm sleeping with other girls. But these three particular females I'm thinking about, I gave them lots of my non-sexual attention, and then all three of them, it went boof. Now, so I'm not gonna call them by their real names. I can't even think of makeup names to make up, so I'm just gonna call them girl 1, 2, and 3. Fuck it, yeah, right. So now, incidentally, all three of these girls I've met on social media. Like, I don't know if you listened to my other videos before. I've never done online dating before, but I've dated girls from social media, yeah? All three of these girls I met on social media. I can't even believe. None of them I even got to meet yet. So I'm telling you about three extreme cases. At the time, I still had other girls I was dating, and there was other girls I was sleeping with. So I'm not talking about no drought, but I'm just talking about three females that come to mind like they were all around the same time. Right. So two of them, so you could tell by my accent, it's London, yeah? So only one of them lived in London, and two of them, they lived a bit out of London, still in the south of England, but you know, girl number one, right? Girl number one, this is the London one now, yeah? Like, so I think it was Facebook. Like, I must have had her as a friend on Facebook for years. Like, got so many friends on Facebook that I don't even know how, like, we connected or whatever. But, like, so I think I must have inboxed her or something, or DM as you like to call it. And so I said, this girl looks nice. Obviously, I don't know who she is, don't know what her body count is, don't even know what her voice sounds like, don't know whatever. I'm saying this girl, nice. And she looked decent as well. And I was in my blue pill stage, so I was thinking, this girl looked like she could be wifey. Imagine that. I was thinking, saying this is wifey material, and I didn't even fucking meet the woman yet. But I was like, oh yeah, she looked decent. So inbox her, whatever, talking to her, like, and you know some females, like you know some people, obviously we're living in this digital age. Lots of people are just text only, innit, or WhatsApp only. Like that's their preferred method. But some people like to be on the phone a lot. So this particular girl, right, she, so I think we started talking on social media, exchanged numbers. I was definitely into her from the pictures that I seen, yeah? And then she definitely seemed like she was interested in me back heavily, yeah? So, but she was a phone person. She was someone who liked to speak on the phone. So we exchanged numbers, we spoke on the phone. She seemed like a really decent girl. Like, so we was talking, got to know each other. And it wasn't every day, but when we did speak on the phone, because we're around the same age, we're not from the same part of London, but the same side of London. Not in the same area, but the same, like, so, and I think we knew a few mutual people as well, like, a few names come up, but I didn't know from before, whatever. But we didn't speak on the phone every day, but when we spoke on the phone, it was long, like, over an hour. Over an hour, talking. I haven't met this girl yet. A few times, 2 or 3 times, maybe 2 times, we arranged to go on a date. And at the last minute, there was an issue both times. And I still would just talk to this girl on the phone for long. Couldn't wait to meet her. She seemed so decent. You know, I liked her voice. I liked the way she looked. We were the same kind of age. You know, I thought she was sexy, pretty, everything. And then eventually it just fizzled out. So I gave her all 3 of these females that I'm going to talk about. I didn't meet any of them. But non-sexual attention also means face-to-face. Yeah? Taking girls on dates. So anything that is you're not having sex with the girl. So time on the phone, time messaging, time together. But in these particular females that are coming to my head that I'm giving you the example of, I didn't end up meeting any of them. But non-sexual attention is any attention that don't include sex, right? So, and I think it just fizzled out because I eventually started thinking, nah, this is long. But had I had my mind right, I would have known, you know what? Keep the phone calls to a minimum. And when in a phone call, keep the time to a minute. Because what are we talking about? We haven't met yet. Okay, we've heard each other's voice, but like, she might not be compatible with, well, end of the day, even if she wasn't the wifey material that I made out to be, I would have still wanted to sleep with her, right? So, but for her, meeting me in person, she might not have vibed with me like that. She might have seen, okay, this is not feeling this guy. Then she might not agree on a second date. Then I would have known. But I'm spending all this time with her, talking to her for time. We got on well, but I'm like, what? But when I think back to it, I'm like, I'm just there talking to her on the phone. Not every day, but when we talk, it will be for like an hour at least. All that non-sexual attention. All them hours talking on the phone. That could have been used for sleep that I was missing out on. Yeah? That could have been fucking time for other dates or sleep or giving women sexual attention, sleeping with other women. Or focusing on all the other things, the many other things that I've got going on in my life. But no, I was giving her my non-sexual attention, and it just was all for nothing because we didn't meet in the end. Now, let me talk about girl number 2. So this one now, she was nice. Yeah. She wasn't. So this was all around the same time. So I still had my blue pill mindset. But this girl, I didn't think, okay, she was like girl number 1 or girl number 3, but she was nice. I definitely wanted to, dig out her guts, yeah. But again, met her on social media. I thought, okay, this girl's okay. I want to go and, she lived out of London, but I got a car in it, so I could drive down to your ends and deal with the case. So yeah, so I remember we would, so I don't think, me and this girl, we didn't speak on the phone. I didn't think we ever spoke on the phone. I can't remember. But it was all by WhatsApp, yeah? And we was talking and we was going to meet up. And again, I think we was going to meet. And I remember, and we spoke for so long. And we built so much of I would call it a non-sexual attachment, yeah? That I remember she was going for a thing, and then I think her mum had a tumor that she was getting operated on, yeah? And then, and then I was like, I hope your mum gets better. So I was really checking up on her, seeing how she was doing and all. Imagine, okay, yeah, so it's something deep that I think it all got cleared, and I think fast forward thinking to it, I think it was all fine or whatever. I don't know, like I don't know if we stopped speaking before. I don't know. But the point of the matter is, like, I've got into this deep kind of thing where, I know about her personal problems and, okay, this and that. But we haven't fucking met. The time we were supposed to meet, yeah? We was going to meet. I was going to come down to her area. I remember she lives out in London, ready to drive down to her area. I think it was... Did it get rearranged once? I can't remember. But I think it was like coming up to the time a week before. She just blocked me on everything. I can't remember if it was block or delete, but she was just disappeared. No explanation. No explanation. Again, a waste of time. Who the fuck knows the reason? Because she seemed into me. She was ready to meet me. We was talking. We spoke, I think mostly via WhatsApp or all via WhatsApp. But again, like, it's not the same like girl number 1, obviously was a lot on the phone. Whereas WhatsApp's not that, because you know you can move away from the message and go back and reply it in your own time. Obviously, standing there on a phone call is a lot different. So it wasn't non-sexual attention in that way. It was just all via WhatsApp. But it's a girl that she's in my mind now, innit? I'm gonna meet this girl. Like, we've built some kind of connection, some digital connection, because it's all via. And then she just disappeared one day. Again, another waste of time. Why? Because I hadn't built that attachment. Why? Because I hadn't spent physical time with her. I hadn't had sex with her. So, had I had the mind that I had now, either I would have, I would have reduced all that non-sexual attention and be like, boom, obviously in a respectful way, but when we're meeting, cool, da. So it would either be one of two things. It'd either be nothing would have happened because she wasn't into me like that, yeah, and I didn't waste my time, so cool, I saved my time, or they were into me like that, but they would have said, okay, this guy, you know, oh, he seems like he don't like me no more, so he seems like he's not that interested no more, so let me hurry up and meet him. So it's like, but either way, you either have sex and spend time with them so you build the attachment, or it was long in the first place and you just saved your time by saying, you know what, if I don't meet with the girl, I'm not doing all this engagement thing, because the chances are they're not into you that much. So you just save your time. I'm not saying you have to, every girl you spend time with has to be some super high interest, because you can sleep with girls that have low interest, but don't waste your time on them. Do you get that? So these girls I'm talking about, to me, they're into me. Maybe different levels if I think about it, but they're into me, innit? So girl number 3. So you know, like I said, girl number 1 was pretty and sexy. No. Girl number 3, she was pretty and sexy, the body banging. Again, this one, she lived kind of out of London as well. But now, again, it was all WhatsApp, and we kind of built this attachment, and we was talking. And like, again, I had that blue pill mindset. So I'm like, that's wifey material right there. I said that about girl number 1 and 3. Girl number 2, it was just more of, I was wanting to, sleep with her and just drill her out and all them thing there. But girl number 1 and 3, I thought, that's wifey material right there. Yeah. So girl number 3, I'm like, blood. Like, so we would message, again, come to the point where we're messaging good morning, how was your day at work, and all them things there. Imagine I haven't even met the girl yet. So we're talking about eventually meeting up and that and whatever, and whatnot. And like, to me, because the way the girl looked, like, the distance weren't an issue for me, innit? The distance weren't an issue for me. So now we would be talking again. I think we did speak on the phone, maybe voice notes or whatever, WhatsApp, but yeah, it was mainly by WhatsApp. But again, it was like, this girl, this was daily contact. How are you every day? How you doing? Whatever. And then I think one day, she was like, boom, I don't think this is going to work. The distance thing. But she's saying, I haven't even met the girl yet. With this particular one, I think what prompted her to say this ain't going to work, she didn't like something she saw. I think I was out. She didn't relate it to this, but she made a comment. So to me, I put 2 and 2. So I think I was out with my friend. Yeah. I think we was raving. We just come out and I was driving. So it's me and my friend. So I was driving the car. Me and my friend was in the passenger seat, and then we had 3 girls in the back. Yeah. And I think I must have put up a Snapchat of playing music in the car and that. So I think she saw my Snapchat and she saw that I had girls in the car, and I think she made a comment, okay, that's whatever. So all this time now, me and the girl, we're cool, innit? But she kind of made some comment, I see, that's some kind of bitch comment else. And I just laughed it off. I said, like I'm just out with my friends, like we're just rolling with people, innit? They just happen to be females or whatever. And obviously she's not my girl, so I don't have to explain that, you know what I mean? But then it was in that same conversation, later on in that conversation, she said, I don't think this is gonna work with the distance and that. So I think either she wanted to say it anyway, and then her seeing with other girls and her bitching about it gave her the confidence to spit it out, that, you know what? Or maybe she was really into me and that just pissed her off. I don't know. But again, I wasted a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time on that female. Now, let's say I had built the attachment, right? And I had slept with this female a few times. We'd spend time together. And let's just say she loved being around me. Now, had she seen that same Snapchat, with me with girls in the background, yeah, she maybe wouldn't have liked. She maybe the same thing. She wouldn't have liked it, but because there's an attachment there already, it wouldn't be enough to say I'm not talking to you no more. She said, yeah, let's just be friends, but by then I had my mindset and look, you don't want to meet me in it. So actually, no, not friends, but she said something like she was still cool in it, like she didn't block me or whatever. She was still, but I just didn't engage with her no more after that, because it was like, actually going back to girl number 2, the one that blocked me and everything. I think it was months later she unblocked me and started trying to add me back on or whatever. But I didn't ask her any questions. I just like whatever, and it like she unblocked me or whatever, but I didn't bother speak to her or whatever, because like I ain't gonna. I was still blue pill minded then, but I wasn't gonna fucking like, you blocked me in it, like for whatever reason, no explanation. So I'm not gonna change back. Why you block me? Why you block me? Obviously some it might be to do with some personal life issue, but trust me, with women, just expect the worst. Some other Tyrone was in the picture and was ready to dig out her guts, and in her eyes, I was not at that level in it. Either someone that she'd built an attachment with, or someone that she might see me as a 7, she might see me as a 10. She might see me as a 5, she might see me as an 8, whatever. So there probably was someone else in the picture. Yeah. If you don't build an attachment, gentlemen, if you don't build an attachment, believe that the woman could disappear. I gave you 3 extreme examples because all 3 examples, I didn't actually physically meet these women in real life. I haven't seen them in the flesh. But it can also happen with women that you are dating. It can also happen with a woman you have slept with once, maybe twice. Do you know when you built an attachment, when she's chasing you for dates? She's asking you when you're going to see each other next. She always seems happy when she's around you. You've had sex with her in the night. You had sex with her again in the morning. When you're leaving for work in the morning after the morning sex, she's still trying to drag you back in the bed. That's an attachment. You've already had your morning sex. You've come, she's come, but she's still trying to drag you in the bed, trying to take you away from going to work. That's an attachment, blood. And I'm not saying once you've got a woman's attachment will stay there forever. You got to fuck shit up. Yeah, you can. Yeah. But time is more valuable than anything. It's more valuable than girls. It's more valuable than money, right? And on the topic of dating, yeah, the more time you waste on low interest girls or girls that you haven't built an attachment, the less time you're going to have to sleep with women that may be attracted to you. All them girls out there that would be attracted to you, that will fuck your brains out. Obviously, I'm talking about girls that you would be attracted to as well. I'm not telling you to go sleep with any old girl just because they're attracted to you. Fuck no. But the time you're wasting on these girls that oh my God, she's wifey material. Yeah, they're talking to you on the phone. Like in my case, like the stories they're talking to you on the phone, yeah. But they don't want to meet you, or they're not that bothered about meeting you. Maybe they've just come from a breakup, yeah. Maybe they've just broken up with their ex. Maybe they're just trying to keep in touch with 1 or 2 other guys just to keep their mind off their ex. But then the ex is going to come back in the picture and they're going to run off with their ex, or that Tyrone is going to come out of jail, or Shaquan or whatever. And then, you know what I'm saying? So, gentlemen, whether you're pursuing girls that are giving you choosing signals, or whether you're doing the cold approach, whatever, once you engage with a woman, you need to, if you need to, put rules in place, yeah? But just generally speaking, don't give women all your non-sexual attention without building an attachment. You will know when you've built the attachment because she'll be asking you when you're going to see her next. She enjoys the sex that you have with her. You have sexed her more than once, yeah? Then you've built an attachment, yeah? Until then, yeah, keep contact to a minimum. Keep contact to a minimum. Because with all three of these girls, yeah, I thought, yeah, boom, And with girl number 3 that I was talking about, we actually planned to meet and it was going ahead. And it was when she saw that Snapchat, that's when that conversation happened. And she said about the distance thing. Maybe she was going to say it anyway, but with all 3 of these girls, I didn't meet any of them, but meeting them was on the cards for all 3 of them. Girl number 1, we had two dates set up where both was cancelled. One was something to do with her son, some emergency school thing. Can't remember what the other one was. Girl number 2 blocked me just before it was time to meet. And girl number 3, she saw something she didn't like on my Snapchat. And before the date, actually, that's a funny story about that picture on the Snapchat. Because two other girls that I was dating or in contact with actually got pissed off about. I was so confused. I'm like, I'm with my friend's in the passenger seat and we've got 3 girls in the back. There could be girls that, like, I went to primary school with and we've always been close friends and like, because there was another girl that I was actually dating. Fucking hell, we didn't even sleep together either. I went on a few dates with and she stopped talking to me because of that. Anyway, this video is going on too long, but it is absolutely important, gentlemen. You need to build that attachment before you start giving away your non-sexual attention. Please, trust me, it's going to save you a lot of time. You can't just be these females like they're little, because there's their relationship. There's that Tyrone they're banging, but there's a gap. Don't be that filling gap unless you're banging as well. Unless you're sleeping with her as well. Do you get that? This video's been long, so I hope I've drilled a message into your head, right? Comment below if you have any comments about what I said. Like the video if you like the content. If you don't like the content, you don't have to like it. If you like the content though, subscribe. And if you hit the notification bell, YouTube will let you know when I post another dating and relationships video.